Hi everybody, this is Rita Holmes, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, here to bring you my Simply Saturday video. We are on week 42, and this card is very different than what I usually do because it has zero stamping on it, zero. So not even a sentiment. So kind of makes you wonder what it's about, doesn't it? It is a Halloween card, and I saw something like it on Pinterest. Of course, you know that's where I go for inspiration and stuff. And I just kind of made one myself. We're going to make 3 of them here. This is how easy this card is. We are going to do 3 of them tonight as we work. So don't forget to make a comment when you watch this. And I don't mean tonight. I mean Saturday, you know. I videoed earlier in the week, so I'm like, whether I'm doing it at night or whatever the day, whatever. But this is for Saturday morning, and so whatever time of day you're watching it Saturday morning, whatever you're doing, when you are watching this, please share the video, comment on the video. Make sure you comment on the video because I'll be sending out a card or 2 maybe. Well, at least 1 card, maybe more. Of this card that I'm making, just because they're so cute. I don't usually do Halloween cards, but I've been caught up with this one, and this one's just really, really cute, especially if you have littles to send it to. So I just want to let you know that Stampin' Up is having their in color sale for the new in colors. Anything with a new in color in it is on sale at 15% off going through this month. So make sure that you take advantage of that because you can get the Stampin' Blends, the paper, the inks, the refills, any DSP that's got one of those in colors, those 5 in colors in it. There's just so much to look at and do. So don't forget about that. Depending on what state you are in, they are the no sales tax still going on right now. I know that Ohio is actually going to the 14th. And I actually just placed my pre-order with Stampin' Up because of the new catalog coming out. And as a demonstrator, one of the perks we get is we get to pre-order. And I ordered my pre-order, so I didn't have to pay sales tax on a lot of stuff. And that was right there for me, 6.5%. So I was really happy about that. Let's see, what else? I think that's about it for that. I am going to get ready to turn my camera down. Just remember, if you don't have a Stampin' Up demonstrator, I would love to be that one for you to order from. And, you know, if you'd ever like to join Stampin' Up just to get a discount, it's worth it. And you can, you know, join my team. I would love to have you. So with all that being said, let's turn the camera down. Let's make these 3 cards really quick. And I think you're going to laugh when you see it, but that's okay. It's a cute, cute card. So here we go. Let me turn my camera around. And let's go down this way. And then I'll focus that in a minute. I am actually going to bring this up on my monitor so that I can see what's going on myself. There we go. So, what did I just do? Oh, okay. I thought my computer was going crazy. I'm going to bring you down some. Look at this card. Now, I will have to say my eyes are done from, remember a long time ago when Stampin' Up carried layering ovals? Well, I never got rid of mine because I knew someday I'd want to use them. And so I used them tonight. That's not to say you don't have layering ovals. It's not to say you don't have the, what is it, Spellbinder's layering ovals or anybody's layering ovals. And if you don't have those and you have this punch that just retired not too long ago from Stampin' Up, you can use the small one for the whites and this one for the black. And it really doesn't look bad even though it's kind of got that little scallop edge. Or you can take, and on this, I cut those off and was able to use those. So see, you could use that right over that and do the same thing with. And I layered that kind of cockeyed just to be funny. So, but you could use this punch very well, okay? So, we are going to move on. Let me just show you some of the things I used on this. His little eyebrows looks kind of like Groucho Marx, doesn't it? Are the bats in the Spooky Halloween die set. And I also put some bats in here. His eyes are, like I said, there are the ovals, and then I have an old Stampin' Up! Punch that's a 1/2 inch. And I actually have this little 3/8 inch punch, and I ordered that a while back from Amazon because I was doing some stuff where I needed a little punch. So I didn't pay hardly anything for it. So that is what my eyeballs are. The green is the 1/2 inch and the black is the 3/8 inch. So I used those. And then I used the Boo right here. I used the spider for his nose, and then I used a little black marker just to do a little line up there. And that is basically what I did. This is the new Halloween paper. It's just the back side. We're gonna make another orange one, and we're gonna make 2 purple ones. And then I just did my inside like that. What a cute card. Do you think he's funny? I think this looks like a little mouth, like he's going boo out of his mouth, you know. So anyway, cute little card, and I couldn't help but make it. And this might be my last Halloween card. I need to move on from this. I don't even do Halloween cards. I don't even send Halloween cards. So, oh my goodness, I have just gone like Halloween crazy, I guess, for lack of better words. That's what I tried to say. We are going to be using on all 3 cards the Granny Apple Green cardstock, 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. So we got all 3 cards with this. So let's go ahead and fold those to make them smaller. Look, my little pot scrubber matches my paper. How cool is that? I'm getting all fancy. It's kind of funny, isn't it? I don't think Rita, Holmes, and fancy goes together. But, you know, you never know. There's 2. Here's 3. And the reason why I'm going to do 3 is I just want to have some extra ones. Who knows? I may send some cards. So I have 3 card bases. And then what I have here, I have 2 5 1/4 by 4 card bases for each card. 1 for the front, 1 for the inside. So I have 3 of those. Sure I do. Right, here's the other. Don't tell me that's just 1. Now wait a minute. That's because the other one's there. Okay, then I have 3. That's 5 by 3 3/4. And there will be a PDF up on my scrapbook, my Facebook page, my Facebook group, Stamp Crazy VIP, where you can go and join that group, and then you can get the PDFs off of there. So we have those 3 that go together. Then what we have, 5 by 3 3/4 of our designer series paper that'll go onto the front. Plus, I don't think I cut this one down. I'm going to cut it down. And this is, I've done a 1/2 inch. I've just done whatever size was left over. And that's going to go on the inside of my card. But I'm going to cut this one real quick. He got left by the wayside, I guess. Poor little guy. So, I have 2 purple and 1 orange that we are going to be using. So here we go. Let's go ahead and bring in 1 of each of these, because we are going to go ahead and glue our front down to that. So let's put this in this back where it goes. So let's glue these 3 together. I didn't really do anything fancy on this card. So you'll have to tell me in the comments, what do you think about this card? I tried to use the current stuff, but like I said, I am going to be using some retired stuff. I've never done that before, and I sat down and had a little talk with myself and said, you know, there's people that buy stuff all the time, and you guys use the stuff that's not current. You use what you buy. I tend to use current because I'm trying to show you new product and things you can do with it so you can decide if you want to buy it. But we have so many changes so fast that I just feel like I need to use some of my product a little bit longer. So I'm going to incorporate older stuff with newer stuff sometimes. That's not going to be an all the time thing, but it's just going to be something that you're going to see me doing every now and again. But my layering ovals that Stampin' Up! Did, they've been gone for quite a while. But I held on to them. They were these, if you don't remember. Actually, the number to them was 15, 17, 71. And these are what they look like, if you remember them. And I was really kind of upset when they got rid of them. I like using the ovals some. I mean, it wasn't for everything, but when I wanted to use them, I wanted to use them. So, anyway, we, I'll turn that way. It was a little crooked down there. Okay, next thing we're going to do is let's bring in our dies. So I have 3 sets of black. I hope I have 3 sets of black. I should have 3 sets of black, but there's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, I have lots of bats. So we have 2 bats. Those are eyebrows. Who would have thought, right? Who would have thought bats could be eyebrows? Of course they can. If you want to look like Groucho Marx. And for those of you that don't know who he is, just go Google him. You'll see. Quite the comedian way back in the day. So we're going to use a spider for their nose. And then I have, should be 6 of these. A pair for each one. There we go. And then what I have is I have my little, you know what, I don't think I have my white circles. Well, we can remedy that real quick. You know, how fast can we punch little circles? That's why I wanted to get it all out to make sure. Let's get a piece of scrap. Because Lord knows I have more scrap than I need. And wait a minute. I was thinking I needed white. I need black. Do I have black dots in here? No, I didn't do them in black either. Well, what about that? Always think you're ready, and then you get to doing something and you realize, nope, I'm not ready. That's me. Always in a nutshell. So let's just take this and we will do it's not like we can't do this real quick with a scrap, is it? I didn't want them flying everywhere. There we go. Plenty left over. And the last thing we have for each one of them are our boos. So each boo has a green one and a black one. I love the font on this boo. I think it's really cute. So there's what we have to make it. So now let's take our first set of eyes, and we're just going to glue those together. My inside of my precision glue gun is so tacky with glue that I need to just clean it really good. I need to soak it and put some Goo Gone in there because it gets stuck every time I want to use it. So there's some eyes for that one. Let's do this little guy's eyes. What do you think? Do you think they're cute? Or do you think I'm just being silly? Or do you think it's a little bit of both? I think if you had young children or grandchildren, this would be the cutest card to send. And I know a lot of people think of Halloween as a pagan holiday. I get it. But, you know, when I was young growing up, that was never a thought. It was never a thought when I was raising my kids. My kids went out and trick-or-treated and stuff. It was about letting the kids dress up, play make-believe, and just go out with each other, you know. Of course, I went out with my kids. I dressed up and went out with my kids. But, you know, it was just a fun thing to do. And the kids, you know, it's the parents that come off and let the kids, oh, that's a pagan holiday. Let your kids have fun. I just think it is so much fun to do. I don't like that side of my paper. I want it over this way. So now what I want to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to glue these on. And then I'll put my little dots in. So I'm going to put these down far enough that I can put my eyebrows on. We will put our eyebrows and our spider on with dimensionals. So there we go. I tell you what, I don't have any, even my 11-year-old, well, he'll be 11 in September, grandson doesn't really care to go out trick-or-treating anymore, so they all stay home and hand out candy and different things like that. This little guy's eyes are going to be a little bit higher. I hope his eyebrows might have to come down over his eyes. Who knows? They're just funny little characters anyway. Doesn't even matter if they're on straight. They kind of look funny when you just put this on it. There are some cute, funny cards out there where you don't have to stamp, though. Oh my gosh, I was looking at them today. And one of them used, I don't know, if you've been buying Stampin' Up! Or if you've been a demonstrator for a long time, you know the old top note die. They used to be the old dies that were thick. You had to run them through. And they were made with that. And I had that top note die, and I let somebody borrow it, and I never got it back. And I can't remember who borrowed it. So I don't have that top note die, and I didn't. That was one die I said, even though it was old like that, I would never ever get rid of it. I wish Stampin' Up! Would bring it out in a metal die, because it was so versatile. So versatile. Does everybody remember that die? If you do remember it, do you have it? If you do, you need to go out on Pinterest and put top note die in. Or just put in Halloween cards. Non-stamped Halloween cards. And that's not what I Googled. I don't know how this card ever popped up. Well, wasn't this one exactly a card like it? Gave me some inspiration to be funny. Just to be a little light with the cards tonight. So there we go. Now we got those. Now let's put the little black dots in. Picked up the middle guy first. Doesn't really matter. They're all going to get their little black dots, but see how fast these go? And they don't have to match exactly. I mean, for one thing, the card doesn't go. You don't send the same cards to two different cards to the same person, you know, that look alike. And for another thing, they're handmade. And handmade, That's the nice thing about being a handmade card, is they do look different. And that's okay, because we're not perfect. And I don't think I've ever made a perfect card, so it's had flaws in it somewhere. And that's the beauty of card making. Okay, there's those. Let's go ahead and glue our boos together, because the rest of it's just going to get popped on. So what I did here is I just took my, and I just added a few little dots to hold it down. I did not need it to hold it every single place. And I'm going to offset that. So I'm going to bring that, and you know, it's up to you how far you offset it. Mine is like wherever it falls down, that's where it's going to be. I'll glue that on there in a minute. I'm going to get all these glued. And that's all you have to do. Now, you could make stickers out of these. Use the adhesive sheets and go ahead and make you a sticker out of your little words and stick them together. I find it just as fast sometimes to do the gluing, especially if it's not really a lot of words. And then again, I fly by the seat of my pants, so I just go for the gusto. Put them together. I have no idea where Moxie is tonight. I think she's wore out today. She's funny. Okay, whoops. That one slid back together. Don't do that. I want you apart. There we go. Need you apart a little bit. Okay, now to glue these on, I'm going to go ahead and do exactly what I did there, with just enough to make sure it stays down. And I'm just going to try to kind of center it down here towards the bottom, because this is his little boo mouth. That wasn't my intentions when I first started making this card, but I thought, that's got that little boo in that die set. We need to use it. It would be awful scary, though, if you had big old bright eyes coming out you in the dark and said boo. Of course, that ain't going to happen, but unless somebody puts a sheet over their head. Okay, there they go. Now we are going to bring in the little miniature black dots. So let's turn these over to the back side so that we can just plop some. I have to feel them to see which one's rougher. Which side is rougher? And then we're going to do the inside of the card and be done. Let's turn our little spiders over. I don't know if I turned that one over the right way. No. It was the right way to begin with. There we go. So everybody's upside down right now. So what I'm going to do with my bats, I'm just going to put a dimensional, and it does fit in there, so I don't know what that was about. And I'm using the black ones just because the bats are small, and you just have them upside down for the little eyelashes. So let's put everybody's eyelashes on. It's like putting on fake eyelashes. I tell you what, some of these fake eyelashes I see look like bats. So we're going to put these on first on all the cards. His little guys are going to have to go down closer on him because he He's got a short forehead. So if you're not a Halloween lover, I'm sorry that I'm doing some Halloween cards. Bear with me. You know, it is so, if you've been following me for, you know, the last 5 years, you know that I don't do Halloween cards usually, but this was just fun. I like the stamp sets. I thought they were cute. And I thought, I am just going to make cards. I probably should send them to all my grandkids. They would think I was crazy. Say, man, we're too old for that. All right, there we go with that. Now let's do, and these are a little tricky. And what I did here is I took my scissors and I just went down the edge of this a little bit. So let me, whoa. It has both sides on it, so I have to peel one side off to get that on there. Because he's got such a narrow little body, but it works. As soon as you get it to adhere. And if you can get a hold of the other side, I didn't have this trouble earlier. There we go. Got it. So I'm going to go ahead and put my little nose on. Let's do another one. What do you think so far? Think they're crazy? Crazy little cards. Whoops, I dropped my spider. I like little spiders. As long as they're these little plated dudes. I'm not a big fan of big spiders. My son loves spiders. He used to raise spiders. He used to have all kinds of spiders. Not while I lived in my house, though. It was after he moved out and went a little crazy. They were kind of fun to watch. They were interesting. But, you know, it's like, it used to scare me with my grandkids. Because I was like, oh no. Oh, got to catch it as it flies here. So anyway, you can just cut off little pieces off of your edges instead of trying to cut the actual dimensional part. Just cut little slivers, that's all you need. So we have our little noses, and all I did was take a marker and just draw a line up. Just kind of. So there we have that. Now, let's bring in all of this other stuff in. So I'm going to take these one at a time, and I'm going to glue the fronts and the backs together. I'm just going to glue this on. I'll go ahead and glue this on inside this card. We'll decorate the rest of the inside in a minute. I'm going to get all these done. And look at that, it doesn't take any time. Once you cut your pieces, of course, and that's with any card making. Let's go ahead and put our orange one front on there. And you can decorate a lot more than I'm doing. I just did what I thought was really cute, really a time saver for Halloween cards. And that, so let's do the next one. These next two are in purple. Are you a traditional, if you like Halloween, are you a traditional orange and black? Or do you like to incorporate some of these other purples and pinks or whatever everybody wants to put inside of them? I tend to, I like orange and black and purple. That's my favorite. Oranges, blacks, and purples. So look at all of these. What do you think? I thought, you know what? I'm going to do 3. These go so fast. I'm going to make 3. I was going to do another color of paper, but like I said, these are my favorite colors, and everything else I added or tried to put up there with it. I thought, man, I just don't like that, so I'm not going to do it. And I am going to add a little white spot into the eye, like I did on my sample here. You see that little white line in there? I just took a white gel pen, an old gel pen I had. It still worked. Haven't used that in forever and ever and ever, but it still worked. The one I really liked didn't work, but those little cheaper ones went right on working. So I'm like, okay. You hear that clicking? It's me getting this out where it sticks in that. Okay, let's put him on. Then we're going to decorate a little bit more on the inside of our card instead of leaving it so plain, since he's got spiders and bats and all kinds of crazy stuff on top of him. Isn't he cute? Then I'm going to take a white gel pen. I hope this is one I used earlier and that it works. Let's see. Well, yeah, it works. So what I'm going to do is just put the little white lines right here in his eyes. Kind of brightens his eyes up a little bit. I use the green card bases to make his green eyes light up better. But you could do whatever you wanted. So there's our front. Now let's see what we want to do. We might do some different little things. Let's take in here and add us a couple bats. I'm just going to lay that down there. So let's put a bat here. Doesn't matter. We can put our bats wherever we want. Let's put one over here. There's some bats. Let's take this one. Let's put a spider. I have some extra spiders. So let's put a spider down here. So we have a spider. So I guess we could just get kind of silly. Put the bat. And the spider. If I can get a hold of the spider. Come on. Come on, little dude. And I think I'm going to put him down here on the paper down here. So there we go. We have bats and spiders and bats and spiders. So here are our 3 cards that we just made. Aren't they the cutest little things? I just think they're funny. I hope you get a biggest kick out of them as I have, because I think they're funny with their little Groucho Marx eyebrows and that. I hope you find them funny, and I hope I didn't insult anybody by doing this, because I'm just doing it in fun. Just having fun with doing a little bit of Halloween stuff. So remember to comment, good or bad, in the comments. Give me a thumbs up. Join my, or not join, but subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Join my Facebook group, Stamp Crazy VIP, and follow my Stamp Crazy by Rita Holmes Facebook page. I would love if you could do all three of those. That is really a big help to me, and helps what they call my algorithm. So if you don't mind doing that, and I will pick out a winner, and next week I will mail this card. I usually don't even look at that until maybe Tuesday or Wednesday to get the names off to see who has made a comment and stuff. So please don't forget to comment on whatever platform that you are watching it, if you don't mind. So I am going to go for now. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got a little laugh out of these, and we will see you later. Bye.